Hello and welcome, friends. My name is King Authors Roundtable, and you are listening to So You All Met in a Tavern, a series where I talk about all things D&D 5e. Today we'll be talking about min-maxers and rules lawyers. Before we get started, I just want to get something out of the way. All of this is just my opinion. Nothing more, nothing less. You can have a different opinion than me, and that's okay. What's not okay is being a douchebag about it. Well, with that being said, let's get started. This video is going to be structured slightly different than my other videos. Where those videos, their goal was to teach or inspire you for something. This is just simply my opinion on a topic. So we're going to start with the more controversial of my two opinions here, and that's my opinion on min-maxers. From everything that I've seen online, min-maxers are seen as these game-ruining, horrible monsters of players, and I'm here to say that's just plain wrong. Bad min-maxers are that. Bad min-maxers are players who would rather be playing a war game and really just showed up to D&D so they could roll a bunch of dice and show you how good they are at making characters that could roll a bunch of dice. And that's really boring. Now, I've played plenty of D&D games with people who are min-maxers, and they have been some of my favorite players to DM for. Not because they did insane damage or because their characters were so well optimized and I was just so darn impressed by all of it. No, because they were amazing role players and they brought these characters to life right in front of me and made amazing shows of what their characters can do. And that's what makes a good D&D player. It doesn't matter if they min-max or not. For example, the character that I will mention is a character named Arlo. He is a homebrew class of the Summoner. And he does a couple things very, very well. And at no point during my time DMing for him have I ever stopped and thought, darn, if Arlo just wasn't so good at distracting the enemy, or if he just did 20 less damage, he would be a far more interesting character. No, Arlo was a good character because the person playing him was good. I'm just going to say it, you don't dislike min-maxers, you dislike assholes. And really, a good player, it doesn't matter what they play, will make for fun D&D, as long as you as a DM can provide a fun and balanced experience for everyone. And the last caveat to being a min-maxer is make sure you read the table well if you're going to min-max, because what makes Arlo fun is the fact that he's a min-maxer, but no one at the table feels like they're losing out because he's good at what he does. Everyone at the table still has fun, and that's really what's important about playing D&D, is making sure that you still have fun while playing the game. Oh, and one more kind of side thought that I had while recording this. If you're a DM and one of your players is a min-maxer, and you know this before you go into a game, or even maybe during the game, if they're okay with it, and you're not comfortable with that, or you don't think that your skill is up to snuff enough to balance the campaign and the encounters for everyone, just be honest with them. Tell them that you're not quite there yet, but you're getting there, and with a little bit more practice, you will be there. There's no harm in being honest. Right. So, my second opinion is on rules lawyers, and to be honest, it's actually not all too different than my opinion on min-maxers. Again, you don't dislike rules lawyers, you dislike assholes, because the same character that I mentioned earlier, Arlo, his player is also kind of a rules lawyer. And because of that, and because of his ability to state rules without coming across as rude or obnoxious, he's, again, one of my favorite players to have at a table, because if I forget a rule or I misquote a rule, I can always look to him, and he will have that rule ready to go, almost verbatim from the DMG or the player's handbook. And that is an invaluable asset to have at a table, as long as they're not an asshole. Right. So, this is where I'm going to end this video, guys. And just remember, D&D is only limited to the number of nat 20s you can roll in a row before your DM's head explodes. Have a good one.